Good evening. I'm Old Buffalo. And welcome to Vintage Key Studio, which is all around me. Tonight, we're going to be looking at the Dulcitone, which is a portable, slightly wobbly keyboard which was made from 1860 until around 1915-ish by Thomas Machell and Sons of Glasgow, Scotland. I'm just reading that off of here. This one is made of oak, and this is number 1285. And they were fairly popular because they were easy to move about. This one is like a sort of a. This has got folding legs on it, very like the harmonium that we've got, which I sometimes lend to the crow, of the Goose and the Crow. There's not an awful lot to it, but they're quite scarce these days. They did do other models of them. I think this is the largest model with the 5 octaves. This is an F model. They did smaller versions of it. It's one of those things known as an idiophone, which sounds about right for in here. When you have the notes written down in a score, they sound an octave higher than they're actually written, which is, so middle C, that is actually an octave above middle C, but that would be middle C, which is the middle note. It's handily got someone's written in pen A, B, C. It did say E, F, G there before, but Louisa, our wonderful filmist, has gone on to here with some spirity stuff and started to get rid of some of it. I'm going to get some white spirit later and see if I can get rid of the rest of it. But anyway, this keyboard, as you can hear, it's got a very sort of Celesta-y feel, and the way that it achieves this sound is by having a bunch of hammers, like a piano, that strike tuning forks. So it's sort of like almost like a Fender Rhodes, really, but sort of 90 years earlier, or more, probably more, 100 years earlier. Completely acoustic. As you can see, it's just got a normal key. It's got ivory on the keys. I don't know if that's ebony there as well, but it's definitely ivory, because everything made certainly before 1915 would have had ivory on the keys, because that was like the standard material. One's missing, but it's got a handy little sustain pedal here. Rumour has it that the intro music to Watch with Mother was played on one of these. I am not quite old enough for Watch with Mother. I know I found something on YouTube that said that sounded something like or something like that. So it might have been. One thing it does sound like, which I don't think it is it sounds like the solo from was it Norman Petty's wife played in Every Day by Buddy Holly. I always wondered why she played it like so bouncy, but either they didn't have the heart to tell her to do it straight, or they did think it was good. I mean, it obviously is good because it's a very famous piece of music and everyone likes it. But I always thought it was quite unnerving. It's like having the famous riff from Sweet Child of Mine played like this. Actually, it would have been quite good if they'd done that. Yeah, the left hand needs to go. If only Axl Rose and Buddy Holly had met, they'd make great songs. Anyway, that's what the Dulcitone sounds like. You may have heard there's a few sort of rattly, vibraty bits in there. This one's basically as it was when I got it from the shop a few weeks ago. A friend of mine, or friend of ours, called Carol, who is an artist and sculptor and songwriter as well, of some repute, spotted it in a shop and then told me, or she forgot to tell me about it, and then told me about a month later that she'd seen this thing in the shop, and I think she just thought it was probably like a harmonium or something because of the way it looked. But anyway, I dashed down to the shop the very next day, and luckily it was still there, and the guy let me have it, and then he let me buy the Dulcitone, and I drove away with a Dulcitone, and I thought, my God, I've got a Dulcitone, Dulcitone. I had a request on. I did a video of my tune I wrote called Dance and Scream, which, if you haven't heard it, it goes like this. It was on YouTube as a short somewhere. Maybe I should do a short one day dressed in shorts. Anyway, yeah, I did that, and somebody said, could I do a video of it being how to restore one of these things? Well, as you can see, I haven't really done anything to it since I've had it. I've just been enjoying playing it. I won't restore it now. Don't feel like restoring it now, but I'll undo the screws and just show you the inside of it. And I've got a friend of mine who helps me restore sort of wooden old stuff. Is hopefully going to join us at some point on another video, and we might be able to show you a bit of a few restoration tips on this to get the wood looking nice and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, here is the insides of the Dulcitone. Right. One screw. Old screws. Okay, right. I'll just undo this one as well. haven't tried taking this out before, so I don't know if that might be screwed onto. Oh, it's screwed onto there as well. That. Okay, right. So as you can see, it's basically a very, very basic system. It's got a sprung hammer system here with the keys, and when you obviously when the keys are hit, the hammers just strike these tuning forks under here. They are held in place by pieces of what look like leather, and they're sort of funny looking curved tuning forks. Good thing about this thing is it never goes out of tune. Well, it might vary ever so slightly in the cold or the hot, but generally it won't really go out of tune at all. These are the dampers on here, which are attached to the piece of string and the pedal. So if I just yeah, it's very basic operation and basic system, and I think some of the notes are a little dead. Obviously you're not supposed to hit it with a screwdriver end, but you can change the tone ever so slightly by how tightly these pieces of leather are pulling on the tuning forks and keeping them in position. Because obviously if you pull them too tightly, it will mute it too much. But anyway, that's just to show you the insides of one of these. I say I'm not going to do anything to it now, but oh, interesting here we have the original label. I can't read. Can you read that? Or maybe we can digitally enhance that later and show it. As you can see, it's got some lovely green felt inside. For restoration purposes, what I will probably do on this is just go through and check all of the leather strappy bits that are on the ends of the tuning forks are all okay, and then if there's any dodgy ones, just replace them. But it'd be nice to try and replace them with the same material rather than using like plastic or something, rubber. Yeah, but I don't think there's not really that much to do. The keyboard's a bit sort of ever so slightly wonky, but that's all right, I think. So that's how you take a Dulcitone to pieces. It's built inside a dog's coffin. thank you very much indeed for watching. Please subscribe and all that stuff if you haven't already. And have a look over on Patreon, because we've got some extra bits and pieces there every month. We add some new exclusive stuff like sound clips and all kinds of things. That's about it from me. So take very good care. And I will see you very soon. Good evening.